We're going to have a little chit chat just about what I'm seeing in general. I mean, I'm not going to mention, names or anything like that, but just the ugliness out there all around in social media. And this is what I'm talking about when I said I was interested in the behaviors out there. It's ugly. It's absolutely ugly. And I thought it was bad in groups. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Mean Girls tenfold, okay? Throw in a mix of a few mean boys as well. I just, I'm just floored. I'm just, sometimes I have no words. I said it many times that sometimes when I can't sleep at night is when I will watch a lot of videos because, I get busy. I'm busy during the day. And, that's when I'll go and watch, some live streams of, different people. And I've already said there's some creators that I really enjoy. And there's other creators, maybe not so much, but I have no beef with anybody. But it's getting ugly. And there's other creators that I never watched videos before, and I'm starting to, pick up and watch them now just to kind of see, who they are and what they're about. And I'm telling you, I have never in my life seen grown ass adults act like this. And we wonder why our children behave the way they do. Is it because they see their own parents act like this? Or, is this something that, some of these people that are out on social media, is this something that they hide from their children, their neighbors, their family, their coworkers? Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, including myself, as of right now, none of my friends, my children, nobody knows who my channel is yet. I haven't went live yet. So, they don't know that I'm doing this. I mean, I kind of told them, that I was planning on doing this, but they don't know, so they haven't went to my channel. They don't know what my channel is. They don't know I have a channel. But if they would hear me act like some people act, oh my gosh, I would lose so many friends. My coworkers, I would probably be fired. I think I said it in somebody's chat or whatever. I know I did. My children would probably put me in a nursing home. I mean, I have a mouth on me. Trust me. Trust me. I can lay that F bomb out there, when I get really angry. I fell on the ice. Uh, I think it was last week sometime, and I think maybe the neighborhood heard me. But I'm just wondering. I know there's some people out there that it's clear that their family and friends and stuff like that know who they are and how they act on social media. But I'm just curious as to, most of the people that are out there and they're acting this way. what their family and friends, coworkers, neighbors and stuff would think of them if they knew they were doing this. Because I would be so embarrassed. I wouldn't have my name out there or show my face either. I couldn't, if that's how I would conduct myself. I mean, you gotta, I think to myself, is this how they are in real life? The way they act on the internet? I just couldn't imagine that many people doing that. I can't. We have people, so many people go on real life, and it's one thing, like I said, if somebody already puts the information out there, but I am seeing, people talking about having CPS being called on them so many times just because of YouTube, okay? Just because of YouTube, because of giving opinions or saying things on social media or whatever, they have had CPS called on them. They've had fake CPS calls. All right. You think you're hurting the parents, you're hurting these children. And not only are you hurting the children because of the calls coming in, but when you're stressing parents out because of this stuff, when you stress the parents out, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that's been divorced, right? And I know a lot of states, including my own, when you go through a divorce, it's mandatory that you have to take parenting classes. I know it is in my state. And when you're taking these parenting classes, they really dig it in your brain that when the parent is stressed, either parent, all right, it reflects on the child. All right, it trickles down, and it affects that child or children when their parents are stressed. They also will tell you, of course, not to talk about the other child or the other parent, because that stresses the children out. But it seems like nobody cares about the children. All they care about is taking jabs. And I'm not talking about just the little jabs that's going to happen in the drama / true crime community. I'm talking about the big jabs when it comes to going real life, okay? With these CPS calls, finding out who somebody's father is, finding out who somebody's mother is, finding out who somebody's sister, brother, uncle, aunt. What did they do in their past, so that you can bring it up as a topic. What in the hell does that have to do with your battle with this person, okay? And then digging in more to find out what dirt you have on this person, because you had a falling out. So you got to dig up everything that you can find. And, excuse me. And then you have to pass on that information to that person's enemy, or you got to use it yourself for content, clicks, views. I don't get this mentality. I don't get it. I mean, you can sit there and go back and forth and take jabs at each other on your channels, okay? Because either A, you had a falling out with somebody, or B, you just don't like that person. So you can take jabs at them, all right, on how they do their channel, how they suck, or whatever. But this real life stuff is bull crap. And the ones that you're hurting the most, I've said it before, are the children. And it just seems like none of you all get it. You don't get it. The ones that hurt the most are the children. And yes, you're stressing the person you don't like out, okay? And you're causing them emotional stress and emotional pain, which, it seems like y'all don't care about. But it trickles down to the children. Because it seems like, a lot of people, they just don't care about the mental anguish that they're causing the person that they don't like. They don't care, And that's fine, I guess. But I'm going to say it over and over again. It seems like most of the creators have children that this is affecting in one way or the other. If it's not affecting them because of these CPS calls or the police coming out or, all this other crap, the stress that it's putting on the parent, that's affecting the children. And then I don't get digging into, again, other family members. They're innocent too. They have nothing to do with the bull crap that's going on. They didn't ask to be into this shit. All right. I'll probably be cussing a lot more than I've ever cussed in any of my videos. But, then you want to, I see people dragging up stuff. Well, this person said this, and this is how they thought. But when you were fine with that person, okay, until you had a falling out, everything that they said or the way they thought about things, that was okay in your eyes until you had a falling out with them. Why were you fine with it then? You were fine with it until you had a falling out. Okay? So their opinions or whatever they said or their thought process or whatever was completely fine in your eyes until you had a falling out. But once you had that falling out, then you have to bring it up. Well, they said this and that, back when. I don't get that. You were fine with it. You were fine with it the entire time you were, quote, friends. I'll never understand that. That's something I'll never understand. But like I said, it's like watching Mean Girls. And, I was looking on my YouTube studio, I think it is. And, it shows on there the age group. And that's, watching your channel, it breaks it down and shows you the average or whatever. And I can't remember for sure, but my average of mine is like, I think it said like 35 to 55, something like that. Don't quote me on that. But if, creators can go and look at that or whatever, I'm like, wow. So I guess all creators can go and look and see the age group. I mean, you can lie, I guess, when you, I don't know why you would when you uh, start YouTube or whatever, because most people, are just sign up to YouTube to go, watch music or whatever. And excuse me, you got to put your birth date or whatever on there. But that says something, right? And most people are, I don't want to say most, because I don't want to take away from people that chose not to have children or can't have children. So I want to put that out there, okay? But a lot of people are raising children or have grandchildren. And that's scary with what you're seeing out there, all right? Comments or I think y'all know what I'm saying. It's kind of scary. And then I know I'm jumbled up, but I guess I'm kind of lost for words of all the ugliness out there. And I don't care how much I would have a beef with somebody, all right? I would never wish anything bad on them. But trust me, in life, in real life, okay, not YouTube life, not YouTube land, but in real life, I've had some hard feelings about some people, all right? Because if we say that we've never had hard feelings about somebody in real life, we'd be lying. I mean, I don't hate anybody, but I've had some hard feelings in all my years. But I would never wish harm, even on those people that I had hard feelings. And I've said before, karma will come back at them. But when I've said that karma will come back at them, I have never meant karma would come back at them, in a physical sense, or to harm them like physically. Maybe knock them down off their pedestal, okay? But I'm seeing so many ugly things. I mean, when people have a health crisis and you see people saying, well, karma's a bitch, that is so ugly. So ugly. I don't care if you don't like that person or not. All right? And if that person said nasty things about you in the past, but you made up with them and you were okay with it, okay? Let me take that back. If they said ugly things about you and you made up with them and you became friends with them, then you literally forgave them for what they said, right? And then if you had a beef with them again and you were going back tit for tat and you're both saying ugly things about each other, I mean, I don't know what to say about that. But even if somebody was saying ugly things about me, all right, and they had a health crisis, I wouldn't wish something ill to happen to them. All right, I just wouldn't. Because karma might come back around and bite me in the ass for saying, that's their karma. Because, karma, she's a bitch. She is. And to blame other people for someone having a health crisis, I don't know, because when other people have a health crisis and they blame someone else on it and you say no, you disregard that because you had a falling out with that person, So you're saying, no, that person didn't have a health crisis because of us, but our friend had a health crisis because of you. I don't get that mentality either. I don't. I mean, you can't eat your cake, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. And yes, I do believe that all this drama and this tit for tat can cause a lot of stress and can cause some emotional damage and cause some health crisis. I do believe that. I also believe you can unplug if you have to. But then again, I also believe that some of the creators, their channel is help supporting their families. This is their income. If not solely their income, they're supplementing it to support their families. So it's not as easy to unplug if this is their income. So I get that. It's kind of like, you know, trying to take off work, right? Because work is getting too much. I got to take off work because, I'm stressed out. It's not that easy. So I do get that. But that's why, sometimes you got to watch what comes out of your mouth. Because what comes out of your mouth, people are they're going to fight back with their words as well, right? If you're sitting there talking crap about other people, they have every right to talk crap back. And they're going to. And that's where I say it's so sad. And I'll say it over and over. It's like watching Mean Girls with some men added into it. I mean, some people just go so low. So low. And there's no boundaries on how low they will go. And, you have people going into, I don't even know what their motives are. I really don't. You have some people that might have a falling out with somebody, and they're going into everybody's chat, okay, for maybe a certain other person, and they're I'm going to call it white knighting, and all they're talking about is the person that they're white knighting for. You see that a lot. I mean, they're not even engaging when they're going to other creators' chat. They're not even engaging on what is going on or what the creator is talking about. They're just white knighting for somebody else that is the, quote, enemy of the person that they might have had a falling out with. I mean, what is their real motive? You see that a lot. You do. And it's like, what is their true motive? And again, we're talking about grown adults. Grown adults. And I guess I will never understand this type of behavior. I don't. And then you have some other one, you buy subs, you stream a radio station, okay, to get viewing hours. That kind of takes away from creators that have worked hard to gain subs and to get their viewing hours. It takes away from them, in my opinion. Because they worked hard on their content. They worked hard. It took them time. It was not an overnight thing. But, however they want to do it, their channel, they, can do whatever they want. But you finally see, or think you see, hey, this person has finally got some confidence and doing better. Hey, people are saying give her a chance. She's doing better. She looks like she's doing better. And all of a sudden, she seems so proud that somebody might be having a health crisis. And she's got to come on like it's breaking news. News reporter, the busy little bee. And it floored me. It floored me. I thought, she finally found her place, got out of that dark spot, got some people up on her panel, and again, a few more lies came out that I heard, okay? And here we go again. Here we go again. Because I started coming around a little bit. I did. I started coming around to, hey, turning herself around. Is this what we're going to hear every time something happens with a creator, okay? Or something that happens with a creator's family member or something like that? Is this what we're going to get? To me, that's a little sick. I'm sorry. It's a little sick. I don't see any joy, okay? And I'm sorry, I seen a little bit too much of a joy in that announcement. I don't see any joy on anybody having any type of health issues going on, or anybody having any type of crisis. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they are. I might not enjoy that creator's content, okay? I might not really watch them, but I don't find joy in anybody's heartache, all right? I don't. Even if I talk about behaviors of that creator, I don't find joy in anybody being put down, shamed. I don't find joy in that. I don't. And I know I'm talking kind of slow. It is so ugly. It is so ugly out there right now. And I've seen some, creators that are talking about their sobriety. It's kind of, and people are making fun of it. Or they're saying, oh no, they slipped. Or no, they're lying about it. And, this is how I take it. It's kind of like, when you're in when you were in high school and you have I'm sure y'all remember, okay? And you're in the gym and you have a motivated speaker that would come in and they would talk about their past, all right? Some would be, from addictions. They had addictions, or some were they were in jail, right? They were convicted felons, and what they would do is come in and try to tell you about their life's journey, and they were trying to let the teenagers know this is not the path you want to go down. They would give you their life story and tell you about their journey. And, try to redirect these teenagers to, hey, there's a better way out there. So it'd be kind of like if one of the teenagers would jump up and say, you know what, start laughing at them, make fun of them, or say, well, you were slurring your words a little bit. I don't think you're sober. Or I think you took some pills. Or, wait a minute, you were in prison for what? So you're a convicted felon? Damn, that's going to follow you for the rest of your life. Why are you even sharing this story with us? You're no good. That's how I feel that's how I feel. That's the take I get from this. Because, a lot of these creators that are sharing with us, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to put that out there. They didn't have to put that personal information out there. But they're sharing their journey. Domestic violence survivors. I'm one of those. Okay? I haven't put my story out there yet. I've heard bits and pieces because I'm still not, haven't listened to everybody, but I've heard about creators making fun of domestic violence survivors. And I have to say, I don't know about addiction except smoking cigarettes, okay, which I'm trying to get off of, and Mountain Dew. That's the only thing I've ever been addicted to. But I have seen many people lose their lives, their families, over addiction, okay? And I don't have a record. I've never even had a speeding ticket, so I can't talk on that. But I am a domestic violence survivor of 15 years. So that's something I will share my story on at some point in time when I'm more comfortable. But when creators reach out and they give their story, whether it's addiction, domestic violence, or even, a conviction that they've had, and they pour their hearts out, and people want to dig in further to find out more info. Come on, guys. Really? Grow up. Grow up. It's not that hard to act your age. It really isn't. Again, what are we teaching our children, our grandchildren? They are our future, right? I mean, when your child or your grandchildren, if they come home from school and they got a black eye, or they come home from school and they're in tears, and you ask them what happened, and they said, they were being bullied, they were being made fun of because of their looks or because of, whatever, the clothes they were wearing, you know, anything. What do you tell your children about being bullied? What do you tell your children about bullying other people? How can we tell our children that it's not okay to bully if we are bullying others? I don't understand. I don't understand this. Now, I told my children, you don't bully other people. You don't make fun of them. And for those that are disabled, all right, or those that are kind of outcast, the kids that other people make fun of, reach out a hand to them, even if it's uncool, even if your friends might think it's uncool. Reach out a hand to them. And they did. Don't bully others. But I also taught my children to not be bullied, all right? To stand up for yourself. Some might disagree with me on this parenting thing I told my kids. I always told them, you never throw the first punch, all right? Never. But you don't let anybody bully you. If they're going to punch you, all right, you tell a teacher. If nothing's done about it, then defend yourself. And that happened to my son once in high school. Only one time. Because they didn't deal with it that often, okay? Not that often. My son, he had really good friends. My house was full of kids all the time. Too many kids, but it was always full of kids. Especially in high school. High school kids at my house all the time. But I always taught them, don't ever throw a first punch. But, he didn't. He let the kid punch him first. But he threw the second punch. And he didn't get in trouble for it either. Now, they both got expelled. I'll never forget it. It was the last day of school. And last day, it was summer break. And they both got expelled. He wasn't going to get in trouble for that. There was a lot of witnesses around to say what happened. It was in the gym. And the kid punched him. My son punched him back. And they were going to be expelled the following school year for, I think, 3 days. Well, my son, they lifted his and said, okay, we had the witnesses or whatever. And the reason why he hit him is he was defending himself. He fell back on the bleacher. It was in the bleachers. And the kid went to go hit him again, and my son punched him to get him off of him because he fell back on the bleachers. And that's why my son hit him again. Or my son might not have hit him. I don't know. But the kid was going for a second punch. So, again, there was a lot of witnesses there. So my son's suspension didn't happen for the next year. Kind of funny story because then they became really good friends afterwards. So it was just kind of a boy thing. Even though I don't condone any type of fighting, even though I said it was a boy thing or whatever, I don't even think they remembered later on what the fight was about. I don't even think they remembered. They became friends afterwards. Uh, it might have been over a girl. Who knows? But right afterwards, they became friends. Go figure. But I always taught my kids, you don't bully, all right? Stand up for the underdog, but defend yourself as well. And that's why, my children, I have to say, I I raise good kids, and they instill that in their own children. So now I'm getting off my soapbox here on my kids. But I see so much hate and ugliness out there, in YouTube. And it's like, why? I mean, you're friends with this person 1 minute. This is another thing I'm seeing. One day, you're friends with them. The next day, you're not. Okay? Someone's trying to take your channels down. And then the next day, you're good to go again. You're good to go. And it's back and forth, back and forth. I don't like you. I like you. I don't like you. I'm taking your channel down. I like you again. And then I'm going to get all these other people after you. Oh, nope, we're good again. Really, people, grow up. How old are you? And in the meantime, when you're on this rant that I don't like you, you're getting all these other people not to like this person. And then, nope, we're good again. But in the meantime, you've already turned a bunch of people against that person you didn't like. I mean, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. And I understand drama sells. But I'm asking myself, is this real? Is this real? Or is this made up shit? Is some of this made up shit? Are these people behind the scenes making this stuff up? I would hope not. But are they making this stuff up? Are they like teaming up together to cause some conflict or whatever? Because it seems like in a few days they're fine. I mean, I wouldn't think so. But none of you all know each other. You don't. This is YouTube. You don't know each other. I understand that some people have gotten close to each other on YouTube, and, people have texted each other and called each other and stuff like that. But the chances of y'all meeting are probably zilch. And I would hope that many of you have real life friends, okay, that you hang out with, that you talk to. Would you guys do this stuff to your real friends that you're doing out on social media? Because I don't think so. I would hope not. I would really hope not. And I would hope that, y'all don't want your channels to, other channels to go down. Now, I said before, some of the crap, some people maybe don't deserve a platform because of the vile stuff that comes out of their mouths. But I see it as small businesses, right? And I support small businesses more than a big corporation. And I said it like I said before. Sorry, I'm getting jumbled up again. A lot of people are trying to support their families or maybe supplement their income. And so if their channels go down, that's taking food out of their home. That's, taking food from their children, or it's taking income out of their home to support their families. So I don't want to see any channels going down. But better behavior, yeah, absolutely. And of course, drama sells. I'll say it again. We all like drama. We all like a little bit of drama. Let's be honest, myself included. I like drama shows. But the nastiness and ugliness, the wishing ill on people, no, I don't like that. I don't care who they are. I don't like to see people hurt physically, emotionally. I don't like that. I don't like the lies that I see. Some people are saying this person said this on their channel. Okay, they said this. They just did a live and said it. I'll get curious and oh, okay. And it was never said. It wasn't said. I mean, if it seems like it's significant, because I did tell y'all that I'll skip through videos, right? I do that. But if it seems like it's really, you know, big, lately I've been watching the video and I'm like, what? That was never said. Some people are downright lying. Absolutely lying. Why? Why are you lying and saying something was said when it absolutely was not said? It wasn't. I mean, some people have trouble with the truth. And, I taught my kids at a young age to always tell the truth because you don't have to remember your lies. And we have grown adults that can't even tell the truth. It's pretty sad. Now, I'm not going to stay on here long because it's starting to get depressing. It really is. It's really starting to get depressing. And, some people are getting excited seeing all this nonsense going on. But I know I was all over the place with this video. I just see a lot of ugliness out there. And myself, I'm going to take just a little bit of a break. I'm going to do some really cheesy crafts, a few cooking videos, and I did do a batch of bath bombs and they didn't come out. There's a thing with bath bombs and the humidity that I'll explain when I'm going to do another batch. You do the exact same ingredients and one day they'll work, the next day they won't. I mean, they worked, but they cracked. My bath bombs cracked. So I'm going to do them again. And I know I was just kind of all over the place with this video, but there's just a lot of ugliness going on out there. And a lot of people going real life, a lot of people blaming this person, that person, a lot of people that are just digging in so far into people's personal lives when they're not putting the stuff out themselves, and then they feel like they have to put everything out there because they want to put it out there before anybody else digs in further, which I think is really sad. Then you got people lying, saying that people are saying things on their lives that are not being said. Then you have people that are having some health issues, health crisis. Other people are excited about that, breaking the news. Um, you just got a lot going on, and I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm going to step back, and my next few videos is not going to be talking about behaviors unless something big happens or whatever. I still haven't done my other pieces. I was going to do the one on Molly that I still haven't done because I just, brain moments or whatever. But I'm just going to do a few other light videos on crafts and a few cooking videos and just kind of step back a little bit because I don't know how y'all do it. I really don't. And I'm doing pre-recorded. I'm still not doing any live videos. But I give you guys all credit, the ones that have kids and they're trying to do all this, um, and you're working, some that have to, work outside of doing this as well. You got a home to keep up. You got some have husbands that they got to keep up to, and it's a lot. And you still have your channel that you're trying to maintain, and then you have this you know back and forth with different people, and you got to keep up with that. I give you guys a lot of credit because it takes a lot out of you. I mean, just doing these pre-recorded videos that I do, it takes a while to upload uh, to my gallery, okay? And then I got to upload it to YouTube, and it takes forever just to do that. And my poor battery on my phone, good gosh. But just for y'all to have to juggle, the kids, and my kids are grown, I've already said that a million times, but just having to go around with your children and their activities and everything else, I don't know how y'all do it, and I give you a lot of credit. But I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to do a few different videos and step back from the behaviors, and you know, at least, my next 3 or 4 videos are not going to be about behaviors. And I rambled on enough. Yeah, so I was all over the place, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just, it's gotten a little nasty out there. So myself, I'm going to take a break from it, and we'll catch you guys again. Unless something big happens, well, I'm still going to take a break from it. I'll just come back to it, after I do my other videos, and because I need a break. So we'll catch you guys again, and I hope you all have a great day.